What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? I'm finally back. 2 days missing in action. Yeah, we figured we get something to talk about today. All I can do is shake my head here, man. So I'm starting with this screen, right? Dow's down 1968. I'm sure today's close is going to be a record. We'll be down 2,400, 13% or whatever. I have a feeling it's just going to run into the close. S&P down 226, NASDAQ down 568, 596. I remember those were Dow numbers. Now it's NASDAQ numbers, and I mean it's only 6,000 now. It's just terrible, man. It's insane. One moment as usual. Yeah. I figure I start there to show you all the numbers, and so I wanted to, so Bill Ackman, man, gave a scary ass interview on CNBC, but he was on point, and I never thought of the situation the way he's thinking of it, even though it's there, but he kind of brought it into reality, in my opinion. So see if you can find this interview. It might be here. It might be on YouTube, but since it's kind of real scary, CNBC doesn't usually post things like that, so you might not find it. You might just have to find what they read so they can edit it out. And that's what I don't like about CNBC. They always want to be bullish, and they don't want to scare people. If you're going to report the news and report everybody's opinion. So anyway, but great interview right here. So check out, see if you can find his interview. It might even be in here. Here, I'll click on it. Let's see what he says. Yeah, there's a little play button. So it says 12 minutes and 53 seconds. So that might be the whole thing, but they do edit, So yeah, check that interview out. And in that interview, he talked about Hilton. So I figure I start here, and it's just incredible. He says the thing is basically going to zero. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, he's right. I mean, just by looking at it. And this is the picture of so many stocks. So many stocks look just like this. It's down. This one is down 62%. This was a great stock. It was just always in an uptrend as we became a better economy. The world and travel and hotels, and I even think this has a good 1.33 dividend. I don't know. It must have been hardly nothing up there, but this is the picture of stocks now. And we can't, let me go to the SPX now, or the SPY. We can't get, all right, so my internet's going to act up. Yeah, I might freeze or something. I don't know what is going on. There we go. Come on. Sorry, guys. I ain't going to be able to do an interview with no charts. I might have to bring up FinViz. Sit here and make my Kool-Aid while I wait for a chart to draw. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. What's that? All right, so what was I going to talk about? I don't know when this thing is going to draw. There it is. Okay, so I drew this line on the last video, and I was like, we might have a little support here. We just might have a little bit here. It's hit that trend line since 2008. I mean, it blew right through it. It held a little bit, for half a day, and then it just blew right through it. There's nothing positive about this market that makes me. It's really depressing. Cashmatic, what's up, man? Yeah, it's crazy. Everything the government's doing is wrong, in my opinion, and the stock market's opinion as well, because whatever it says is just down. You can't even get a up day. You might get an up day after 4 down days, and it's just because the sellers are just wanting better prices to sell at. and then it goes down 2,000 points a day. You do this for another week or so, we're at zero. So there's nothing. They're coming out with all the monetary fiscal type policies, how they're going to fix it with money, but there's no money that's going to fix this. And who cares how many people have a test? the bottom line, the virus is out there, and this is what the market is concerned about. And basically, it's going to kill everybody. And that's what Bill Ackman was basically saying. He was suggesting that the whole world, well, at least the United States, needs to shut down for 30 days. Just shut down. Just be in the house, nothing. And then fix the damage when it's all done. He actually thinks if the president come out and make that announcement, stocks immediately rocket up because it knows the end is in sight. But I don't know. I don't know about that scenario. But, part of me even thinks that the government's even overacting. But I've always been saying that there's something that they're not telling us. But I don't know, man. But whatever they say, it's not working. And that's why we keep going down, down, down. Your dividend stocks are doomed. Yeah, I got a dividend stock portfolio, and I don't even want to pull it up because, what am I going to make? 5, 6, 7% a year in dividends? The thing is probably down about 30%. I'm still buying more when I get a little bit of money, but it seems pointless. And I try to buy a stock that's beat up really bad. They all are. It feels just so pointless. It's just terrible. So I showed you Hilton. I mean, you bring it up. Let's look at the banks, the regional banks. Let me pull up the monthly. Something is wrong. And you see how it just cut right through. Now the month is still going on, but it just cut right through that 2016 low. Oh man, what was that other thing? The cruise lines, they're going to zero. It's $8 now. They're down 30% today. Oh my gosh, and now they're talking about Boeing needs a bailout. $440 stock. It was my first stock video where I talked about that crash. It was kind of a lot of fraud, funny things going on. Now it's $94. You name it. This is what stocks are looking like, especially in the travel thing. So they was talking about, look at Delta. Once a strong airline is going to need a bailout. And you hear that a lot of these companies, when times was good, they was buying back stock. They was buying back their own stock. So let's say they bought back $40 billion. I'll just throw that number out there, but I'm sure it's high like that. Now we're going to bail them out. That money is zero. That money is disintegrated. They just totally wasted. Anybody that bought back their stock in the last 3 years or so just disintegrated that money. It's gone. It's gone. It's done. And we're going to bail them out. So some people are for bailouts. I'm not for bailouts. Just let it be. If Delta goes bankrupt, the planes will be sitting on the tarmac, and somebody with some money will buy them up for pennies on the dollar and start an airline. That's what the Republicans even like, right? Isn't that capitalism? Just let it fail. The planes ain't gonna sit there. Somebody's gonna have money. Apple's got a shitload of money just sitting in the bank. They'll start Apple Air. I like that. Apple Air. You see? You can have that one. Anyway, we are running like outlaws. KRE, the stocks. It doesn't even matter what you pull up for most part. I was looking at Best Buy. I'm surprised it's even hanging in there like that, because when we all home, not getting paid or whatever, we're basically broke and we got other things to buy. The last thing anybody needs to do is be buying something from Best Buy, So I just think that they should be way down, like we just saw, like CCL. So I think they should be down here by 30. Why are they hanging on? I always thought Best Buy was being manipulated, and it never came through because all the other tech stores fail, like Circuit City, the Wiz, you name it. I can't even think of them all. H. Gregg. Why is Best Buy hanging on there? Kids nobody wants to go to Best Buy no more. You just go look at their stuff and you buy it from Amazon. It's always been like that. So I don't know. That's another rant. Anyway, but they're gonna go down. I don't know. I just been going through stocks. Let me see. Look at let's look at oil. Yeah, there's something else. We're gonna talk about the bonds next. It's $21. I mean, there's a lot of industries that's gonna be late. There's a lot of $21 equals a lot of layoffs, right? And then even possible bankruptcies. So that's not good. Even though that's good, it's not good. It's good because we can get cheap gas, but it's not good. And I noticed that the price is not really coming to the pump really fast. We just broke $2 over here in the Louisville area. Where that is right now, we should be paying like $1.50. I don't know how to bring in bonds. I know how to bring. Let me show you the TLT real quick, and then I'll show up the individual bonds. And there's a problem here, right? So you can see TLT. It's down 5% today. At the day of market, it's down 1,800. Let's pull up the daily, and you can see what's happening here. And this is not just a return to normalism right there. This is people selling bonds now because they think they're not going to get paid back by the government. Right? So we're finally going to say, we can't pay that back. And I think this is the beginning of the bond bubble bursting. Just like everything else, right? We've seen real estate, kind of with HLT's kind of real estate. What's the XR real estate? IYR, that's the real estate. Oh, gosh. I mean, everything is crashing. Look at that's the real estate. You saw oil. You see the stocks. I just can't. It's just everything. So that's what's happening with the bonds. So if you bring it back, if you come over here and you look at the bonds, and all of a sudden the 10-year, it's at 1.14. Just last week it was at 0.3. And just look at the yields just going up, meaning people are selling. There's no inversion, when you go all the way down the chain here, right? But wait a minute. I could have sworn something just changed dramatically the last time I looked at this. But anyway, they're buying the 2-year and they buying the 3 months. So they buying real short term, long terms being sold. And I just think they don't want to pay. Now, the price tag of what they're talking about with all these bailouts and everybody getting $1,000, this is not going to fix the virus. So everybody getting $1,000 in bailouts and blah, 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 blah. They talking about the price tag, I think so far is $1.5 trillion. We don't have that kind of money. I mean, and that's not even the end. So that's my thinking of why bonds is just people selling. We'll see, because when it starts accelerating, we'll really know. What we got? Did you? Nah. I work for the post office. I think I'm gonna be one of the last ones to shut down. I guess they feel everybody needs their mail, right? Especially when you're home, you need your mail. These owners need to drop their prices. Yeah, I mean, what's going on? I'm still paying $2 at the pump. I was paying $2 when it was at $40, $50. Now it's $20. I'm still paying $2. Anyway, exclamation thoughts, are you running? I don't know what you're saying there. You talking about exclamation thoughts who's not in the room? And speaking of him, forgot. We was just kind of he just posted 40% coming. I'm thinking it's coming in today. Look at, so gold is down 240. They're selling everything. I don't know why it's starting to rally right here, right at the end of the day here. But I don't think that's gonna do what the other stocks are doing. I just wanted to pull that up real quick. Qs, Qs are hanging in there, but they eventually gonna get to Microsoft. I think Microsoft was down. Yeah, it's 138. Amazon is hanging in there because they're finally figuring out if everybody's home, you're gonna buy stuff from Amazon. Even though it's down, it was actually up today. Even though it's down, it looks nothing like the other stocks I just brought up. It'll hang in there. Disney. Stock when I thought it was at $95. I'm getting a good deal. Yeah, it's $81. Is Disney gonna need a bailout? Or we just let them go and somebody scoops up the parks and whatnot? $81. Wow. I mean, the last time it was there was 2014. It doesn't look like there's any stopping. It just looks like it wants to even go lower. We're not even bouncing. So when the government's coming out with this plan, that plan, this plan, there's not even a bounce. It's just, as long as there's no cure for the virus, stocks are going down. Period. That's it. That's it. So what do you do? What are we gonna do? Trucker Taylor, do you trade crypto? No, I don't trade cryptos. From what I understand, Bitcoin just took a dump. What was it? A couple of days. I don't know how to bring it up, but I just feel if it couldn't do anything in this economy and the last couple of weeks, how is it going to do something in the future? I mean, didn't it go down 40%? I don't know. I know it's down a lot though. Anyway, this should be the optimum environment that Bitcoin, trades, thrives in, and it's going down. So that just tells me everything I want to know about Bitcoin. I'm looking. You said I'm looking at 2008 data as a baseline. Anything above that is not worth it. I think like this is Disney. It was 2008. Yeah, that is low. That's low. I was gonna say I think we sliced right through it, but that's pretty low. I don't know. I mean, 'cause this is not that. This is a virus, and if we get down to the 2008 levels and the virus still exists and I just don't know. I mean, we heard the New York City Transit needs a bailout. Basically, there's no ridership on the subways and buses. I think less than half. We'll probably hear that with other mass transit systems around the country. I mean, it's just new stuff every day. Every day, the government's going to have to bail out everybody, including every individual in America, and they just don't have that kind of money. They just don't have it, period. And that's why bonds is being sold off, in my opinion, which nobody's talking about. That's the wild swing. It looked good when it was up at 0.3. Yeah, I mean, that's, at least we ain't losing it. Now, if you buy bonds, let's say $1,000 10-year or something, I don't think you're gonna get that money back. Right? If you lend the government 1,010, are you confident you're gonna get that back? And for 1%, I was gonna say 30%, 0.3%. So you just don't do it. So I think that's the thinking, and that's why short terms are up the 1 month, the 3 month, or whatever. But them long terms are, I ain't messing with that. I mean, I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So let alone 10 years from now. Anyway, I'm looking to 2008. So that's just my thoughts. I think the government, it's not about rate cuts. It's not about giving everybody $1,000, and that's So somebody like, let's say Delta, I'll use them as an example again. They're gonna get billions of dollars, especially after just having big buyouts and stuff. Stock buybacks, and we're just gonna get $1,000. What is that gonna do? $1,000. So I feel this is the time, even though it's gonna hurt. We are already hurting. Some of these guys just need to fail. And is it the government's job to decide who's going to fail, who's not going to fail? Maybe the last man standing gets the bailout. Until everybody fails, the last man standing gets the bailout. So we have at least one airline. But those planes ain't going nowhere. Somebody will scoop up them planes and start their own airline for pennies on the dollar. I wish I had airline money. And for everything else as well. But, I mean, I guess, for America to still be America, you have to bail out somebody. You got to bail out people. It's just bad, man. It's to me, maybe this is the bottom because I'm kind of like scared. This is worse than 2008. I don't remember it. 2008, I always seen the light on the other side of the tunnel. Now I mean, I don't. It's just, I don't see the light, And with everything just going down, I mean, 2008 kind of rolled, right? This is straight down. We're crashing. We already crashed if you don't think we crashed. It's like a cascading crash. We crashed, but we're still crashing, right? 2,000 points a day, just three. It's just, and there's no like resistance. There's no such thing as technicals, even though there's no such thing as fundamentals now, but technicals either. It's just it's just going lower. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like straight line to zero. Show me where zero's at. Can't go lower than that. There's the floor. And I knew we was going up hard all these years, and I knew it would be something like this, but I didn't know it would be something like this. But I thought it would just be more correction type stuff. But we got a virus out there that everybody's afraid of that could possibly kill millions if it gets to the thousands. And, so that's just what it is. I don't know. I'm lost for words, man. Man, your phone died. Yo, so you just coming in? Your scenario, man. If you read my post, I think it happens today. It happens this week. 40%. I just think we cut right through 40%. Gold is still not. It's not doing. I was just saying how I think bonds. People are just leaving them bonds because they're not sure the government's going to pay them back. We're probably going to have to finally say we can't pay those back, and then they really explode. All these bubbles is bursting. I mean, everybody and their mama needs help out there. Everybody, So Bill Ackman's thinking we should close the U.S. for 30 days. Basically, nobody does nothing, and I don't think that's going to work. It's definitely not going to work in inner city neighborhoods. Maybe in your neighborhood, not you, but Bill Ackman's neighborhood. Yeah, everybody could be peaceful in their house, but I don't think that's going to happen in a lot of areas. It's going to be a lot of restlessness and people getting killed and all that stuff. And it'd just be an ugly, ugly 30 days. It'd be like The Purge, man. The Purge. Juan said, you gonna make me put on my glasses, man. You wrote a book here. You said, keep the 20... All right, I can't read that. Let me see. Keep the 11 and help the poor guy pay rent. This is just a step. Let me see. Once the virus is somewhere under control, which would be 2 to 3 months, the market will continue to react accordingly. I don't know if it's going to be in control in 2 to 3 months. I think that's just I think they just threw that number out there. I don't think they have any idea. I don't think anybody does. Especially... You saw the kids at the beach in that video that went viral in I think it was Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If we keep doing that, it's gonna be longer than 2 to 3 months. So I just don't think anyone knows the answer. I think the stock market knows that no one knows the answer, and that's why we on a straight path, beeline to zero. Because it's not the answer. And once they come out with policy that kind of is the answer, or somebody finds a cure, and we see it start to rip, not like a dead cat bounce rip, a rip, then maybe the stock market saying, okay, they may have something here. But it doesn't feel that. It doesn't feel any of that. It's just like, you guys is done. The more we get selling, maybe get selling. I think everyone made pretty good money on the way up. I actually think the selling is not even yet to begun yet, because people, are just getting hurt at home. They be taught to buy the dip. Now they realizing to sell the rip, but there's no rips to sell. I've been trying to get out. There's no rips to sell. I don't want to do it on one rip up 1,500. I want a nice little rip, and you get that 1,500 to 2,000, even though you was down 3,000 the day before. Then the next day, So once I think people there's no capitulation yet. I don't feel it, and you'll know when you feel it. It's like it's gonna feel ugly. It's gonna feel nasty. It's gonna feel like the end of the world. We're gonna be down possibly 20% for the day. We're gonna go through both circuit breakers. What is it, the 7 and the 13, and then boom, close down 20%. That may be capitulation. That might be a time to get in. If that happens, you probably want to just buy some calls at the end of the day, right at the bell. We didn't reach that, so I think that's still out there. Notice we hitting circuit breakers every day, like it's just part of the market, but that means what's next. And what's next is just we go through both of the circuit breakers and the full 20%, That's just my opinion. So we down, look, 1975. I said today we're going down to we're breaking the record today. Today is going in the record books. So what was it, 13%? Just a couple of days ago, wasn't it? What was we down? Yeah, 13%, which in my opinion is a crash alone. We're going to do that again today. Watch. Hyperinflation is within 2 years, calling it now. I think it's actually going to be, I was going to say sooner. Everything is moving so fast, in this last two. You have to keep up. The news flow is just ridiculous. Like bonds whipping around like penny stocks. I mean, that's crazy. We still with this crazy VIX at 82. I didn't even bring that up today. I think we did surpass. Oh, no. They said on the news that we beat the high of the 2008 VIX. 89 is a high. We're right there in sight, I thought it was 100, though. I didn't even think it was 89. What's that high? It says high 89. Anyway, yeah, the VIX is just... You see how, if you look at the VIX here, let's see how it's like little wicks, right? You can see you got big wicks and, body and all that stuff. And here, look at that. Look at the difference. That's why it's when you see bodies like that, that's just getting started, man. It's not even trying to pull back, So you don't see any exhaustion in those candles yet, and that's what the wick kind of shows a little bit. And that's just, you don't see that nowhere. It's like we can go to 200 looking at that, but I don't think there's a 200 VIX. So it's just different. It's just crazy. Amazon was doing pretty good. Now it's totally giving it up. Yeah, Amazon is getting ready to look just like the rest of them. This is starting to look just like those other charts, and particularly in mine, Boeing. So yeah, I just think when these FANG stocks get hit, because they're not really hit, then we can talk maybe a bottom, but they're not going to escape. They're not going to escape. Look at Netflix. We need to the point, see, they're up because people have hope in them. We need to get to the point where it's truly sell everything because you're just trying to save your money. You just want out. I want out. I don't care if Netflix, I just want out. That's the capitulation moment. So people still have faith in this stock. And it's going to capitulate as well. Look, it's doing a little mini head and shoulders, as you see. Not a perfect head and shoulders. Yeah, so that's the moment, and then maybe there'll be something there. But it all depends on how we doing on the virus. So you hear they got these big 2 ships coming over to New York, I believe. That's not good. It's not like they coming to save the day. You're not coming. If you ain't coming with the cure or the vaccine, doesn't matter if you come with 10 ships. Tristan, yeah. So buy gold. I'm not a gold fan. Titanium says to buy gold. I'm sorry, exclamation. And so does a lot of other people. I'm just not a fan of it, even though it's been holding up, but not lately. But I think people just selling just to raise cash. It's doing way better though than anything else. So that's a good sign. The bonds are moving because there's no liquidity. True. So that means the Fed is pumping all this liquidity in, and I forget the numbers. So I guess that it's not working. So what does that mean? Anyway, I just don't think they trust the paper anymore. And that's why there's no liquidity. I don't know much about it, but I just think that's what it is, because there's starting to be real price tags putting on all of this stuff. And the government's talking about, we don't have this kind of money. We're going to stop like that. We're going to do this and that. We're going to print. And it's going to be printing. It's printing. Oh, my gosh. And then it's not like the economy is going to come back like that tomorrow. the quicker it is, it can, but the longer it is, it won't. Because the companies will be out of business. And I don't know. There's so many scenarios, and it's a scenario. It's not in the history books. You don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows. I don't know. I don't know either. Go to Ampex and look at the physical price, not the ETF. Okay, I don't know what APMEX, but what does that do for me? Is this it? Let's hit this one. And then I guess I hit gold. What does that do to extreme order volumes? Please expect shipping. Get out of here. Delay of up to 3 business days. Gold. And then gold coins. Is that what I click on? See, I don't even know how to buy this stuff. American Eagles. How do you know the price? See, I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, is this set up here? 1490? It's down to 1490. Okay, so let's check that. Oh, I know. Hold on, but I could pull up the futures of gold, right? And that says 1487. So that's kind of the price, right? And GLD is not. I know that's an ETF. Yeah, 139. But that's the price of gold right here. This 1487, I'm going to say. It looks like it wants to turn on this chart. It's actually looking kind of bullish right there. It kind of broke out, come back to support on the trend line. Trend lines are separating the short from the long. This is the monthly, so it's actually looking pretty good right here. When I pull up this chart, ETF prices separating from it. No, that's not it. Okay, look at the prices that they are charging. Was that the top left-hand corner? The prices up there? I know I'm delayed a little bit. Was that this price right here, the 1490? I have to kind of play with this website another day. Look at the prices that they are charging for the physical. What's the physical? Like this? Like I gotta buy a coin? It says like a quarter of an ounce of gold, American Eagle, as low as 414. Yeah, I don't know about any of this stuff. Why is there a deal on gold? Anyway, I'll check it out another time. But anyway, it's just ugly. We should be hearing bankruptcies within days. And then I guess the government's going to decide who fails. Remember the whole too big to fail? Who fails? Days. I'm going to say by the end of this week. What is this, Wednesday? Yeah, by Friday. If nothing happens Friday, we'll hear something over the weekend. If not the weekend, definitely by Monday when the stocks are crashing another 3,000 points. But we got Thursday coming up, Friday. I mean, I look at it, I want out. I don't have much in my my other. Well, I did. I guess if I combine the accounts, but I'm in it now. You wait for a bounce to get out. That's how you know it's just true bear. Bear markets don't let you out, and bull markets don't let you in. Right, so you can't get out. You're just trapped. If you wait for that pullback or pull up, whatever you want to call it, and it don't happen. I mean, let's say 2 days of being down 10%, boom, boom, you're down 20%. You just because you was waiting for a pullback or two. That's the thing. Nobody ever seen anything like this. It's just crazy. If you went on vacation, if stocks were up, right, and you went on vacation in the desert somewhere in Southeast Asia, over that side of the world, and with no cell phone, no nothing, and you came back You would have no idea your portfolio is down 30+% because it didn't work. I mean, why does it work like that all of a sudden? And it's just straight down, not smooth like this. Like even here it's kind of smooth, right? Nah, not today, man. Today we're just straight down. All right, where are we? Down 2,043 points. We're going to a record today. If not, let me see, 966. The second breaker is at 13%. So we're almost down 10% in another day. So that means, look how we sliced through the 2018. 2,000. I know there's a little support high, like 2,100. 2,000, nice, big, fat, round number. It's got to be going there. And the way it's going, what are we at? 2,300. And today we're down 223. And still going down. We could be at 2,000 tomorrow. Definitely by Friday. And you can see here's 2008. See, it kind of slow rolled. It got a little steep there. I think that was September, October, because it was a little scary. And then it's slow, Look at that, man. Just straight. Right? You said, Dre, I got a trade I took today. What's that? If you want to know. What is it? Yeah, I want to know. I was thinking about, I have money going into my stock fund tomorrow. And I'm like, what should I buy with it? If I buy anything. And we was talking about that Hillrom. And look, that's actually up today, 3%. Yep. I think anything in the hospitals, hospital supplies, hospitals are going to be pretty busy. They're going to be busy. You're probably safe. Wouldn't say you're going to be going up and you're making profits, but you're safe. But then once everybody else realizes that, then you get that down 10% day because, once the whole herd gets over there. September 19th calls. Gush. I'm waiting for it. The ETF Trust Oil Gas Bull. Is that the Bull, BL? Nah, well, I don't like... Well, if it's the calls... Is that negative? This is 35 cents. Remember how these 3-time funds, they kind of get recalibrated every day? So I don't like the calls in something like this fund. I would rather buy a straight fund and buy 3 times the call. 3 calls per one. You know what I mean? Because these get reevaluated and stuff like that, and then it'll never go up, in my opinion. So holding the calls that long, even though the stock's going up, you could lose money because of the daily recalibration or whatever. So yeah, be careful. That's why the UVXY, it's just a stock. It's a stock that just goes down. Doesn't matter what volatility is doing. It just goes down. It just. I'm trying to zoom in close here. What is it now? 128. There we go. But once all of this is over, this is going straight down back to here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't trust oil. It's funny. I heard it on the radio. I had no idea it was 21. I thought it was around 30, 28. I haven't pulled it up in a while. And I'm like, $21. Look, oh my gosh. It's down. Wait a minute. It's down 23% today. Maybe today's capitulation. We have to see how everybody feels or what happens at the end of the day. So SPY, I mean, that's the Dow's down 21.28, down 10%. The circuit breaker is based on the Dow or is it based on the S&P? What's the 13% Is that the Dow or the S&P? Don't know. How much are you making today? I was up. Well, I lost. I tried to make a quick trade, and I was up 940. And I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And then I wind up doing it. I bought a call in the SPX, and yeah, and big. Here's the thing: why I really lost money, because the spreads are so wide. So it's like $5-6 spreads, and you're bound to, you're basically gonna lose at least 250 getting in and 250 getting out at least, so $500. But I was up 900, then I played it again, and I wound up losing. I'm down 800. So if you want to count that 900, I was up, and then now I'm down 800. Yeah, there's that. My stock portfolios, I'm probably down maybe $1,200-$1,500, something like that. There's this, but I'm gonna ride those out to zero. Just, oh well, if it goes to zero, I think I'm in good quality. I got some bullshit in there, but that's the thing. You can't even get this update. Like yesterday was all right, but I want a bigger update. Like you can't get an update to kind of switch some of the bullshit out. I just want a bigger day than the one day. But I guess that's being greedy. Maybe if it goes up a little bit. So like, let's say we up tomorrow. Let's say we up 7%. Well, we was down 10% today. I didn't even get back yesterday's gain. So it's like I can't sell today. Let me get a day or two up, and then you could do some swamping around. But for the most part, I've been buying the dividends, pretty good quality. But who knows, man? Like I said, I bought Disney last week at 95 or something, 96 or 7, and now it's 79. Look at it, just broke. So I guess that wasn't a deal. You thinking, oh man, this stock was just $150 stock last month, about 4 weeks ago. And from the time I just bought it, that's down 16%. So from the high to the low here, it's down 48%. That's crazy. And that is, let me see, here to here. How long is that? It says 1 point. I'm looking for the days. 111 days. 3, 6, 9, 12. So basically 4 months. In 4 months, it lost 50%. Although it took years to get up to 150. I mean, I remember Disney being stuck in the 100s forever. That 90 to 100 area. And now it's just through that. That's what I'm saying. No bounce. No, I'm going straight through. Look, it's trying to hang on to 80 here, but just go ahead and give it up. You want to go to 70. And I'm going straight down to the ground. Yield 220. So yeah, I mean, look at that. See, I got my little lines here, just straight through with a red marker. Now what? If you look at here, right? Where's the stop now? Any real support, is right there. But maybe some here, right? And maybe here, right there. So so. Oh man! All right, that's exactly what the bond market is. It's crazy wide spreads. Yeah, and yeah, I was doing. So I'm like, man, why? I got lucky on the first one, and I thought I could pull some more luck out, because yesterday I pulled real good luck out of there. I was up yesterday about 3-4, almost 4,000, and so I felt a little macho. So I got in today, boom, up another 980. So I'm like, oh, started going to my head, and there it is. And I want to I know the market's going down. I just want to buy a put and go to bed. But it's my luck that I buy a put and go to bed, and I wake up, because there's no circuit breakers going up, and the Dow's up 5,000 points. So that's my luck. That's why I can't do this. I mean, it's possible. The VIX is at 80. All you need is such and such found a cure, the vaccine. That's all you need to hear. and we're gonna be up 5,000 points. Anyway, all right, Dow down 2,200. When did I start this video? It was like 1,600 or something like that. But I'll end it. And remember the Fed. I did that video on Sunday, and as soon as I pressed hang up, the Fed came across my phone. And I was like, damn, why did I hang up? We could have talked about it. That they lowered the interest rates 1,000 points and flood the market with 700 billion with a B, 700 billion in liquidity added QE5. So it was 500 million, a billion and something. So anyway, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was 700 billion. You figure the market might just kind of, what it was like, it was down 2,000 points the next day. Anyway, so it's like, it doesn't matter. See, it's not about nothing with money. It's going to be all about who's got the cure to this thing, and I guess they shot they load. They bust a nut, so now what? So they might have bust too early, That's early. So I think that's all the things I'm getting. Let me just make sure here. Yeah, so that's what's up. It's a little rebound coming on, at least in Disney. I still think at the end of the day, it just, okay, that's Disney going up. So Disney's basically trying to hold on to 80, and the SPY is just going down. The speed, the velocity, that's the part that gets me, All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. But yeah, listen to that Bill Ackman call on CNBC. It's crazy. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Who's up in here? Tristan, Cashmatic, exclamation, 40% tomorrow. There's somebody I'm missing here. Oh, Trucker Taylor, Juan, and I missed 6. Okay, I missed your 6-5. You said I sold several puts of strong companies when the SPY was down about 15%. Now I would lose more than the max loss if I try to get out before expiration, before I'm stuck. You would lose. How would you, if it's defined? I guess you didn't define. You said, how could you lose more than max loss? I don't get that part. Now I would lose more than the max loss if I try to get out before expiration. I don't get that. I don't know how you lose more than max. And I'm guessing, yeah, you sold put spreads. So that's defined risk. And but yeah, you probably had a nice credit, thought, oh man, it's looking good. And it just sliced right all through those puts, like it wasn't even there. I had, in the beginning of this, I was getting kind of crushed because I was selling 10 deltas and 12 deltas. I'm good. It's only maybe 5 days. I'm good. And boom, them 12s and 15s and 10s turned to 50s and 55s and 60s. It's like damn near overnight. It was just like, huh? And so the bond market just wasn't, the options market, it wasn't, I guess it wasn't enough volatility in those options. Like they was pricing them wrong because the market was moving even faster than they thought it would move, because that really shouldn't happen like that. It's supposed to happen, 10 delta, 1 in every 10 times. But I say, okay, because I tried it more. All right, it got me. I'm going to do it again, right here. Same thing ain't going to get me. That was a freak accident. Nope. So wish I was just able to buy puts, and just be done with it. Now is a bad time to buy puts. I've been saying that for a week or two, but the VIX is not going down. You can't be buying puts at VIX at 84. But it's been working. So it's going to work until it don't work. And when it don't work, you're going to feel it. Because the volatility is going to come right out of them puts, man. So I'm sorry I missed your comment, 6-5. And Wait a minute. T Hill, how much are you making today? I answered your question. Oh, there you go. 6.5 at the end. You said they're defined, but the spreads are so wide that the mid price is more than the max loss. Super weird. That is weird. Did you put them on separately? Did you leg into it maybe? But I get you. You selling them wide. I mean, that's how you make the money. That's that wide. That's how you make the money. And at the same time, that's how you lose the money if you're wrong. So and you kind of don't want to get out too early with those, because you still, even though you're losing, because I totally get it. Even in the beginning, even though you're losing, let's say, oh, I'm down 200 or whatever, you're still way out of the money, and you just know a day or two you'll be not down because of the theta decay. And then it just, and at the same time, you sold volatility. So when the stock market's going down, the volatility is increasing. So you're losing even more money than the stock. You're losing for volatility, and you're losing as the stock goes down. So that's why we get burnt when we do that. But we just know, okay, it's still way out of the money. I know I'm down like this, but once it turns around, I'm good. I just need one up day, and it's like, I'm gonna be good. And you don't ever see that up day, do you? It just goes down and down, and the next thing you know, your short strikes that 50 delta. You either take the hit. You could roll down and out. I don't necessarily like that strategy, because you're basically just selling another put spread. You're basically saying, I accept this loss, and I'm going to do a revenge trade next month. That's what it feels. That's what rolling it means, So I don't really like that. I just take the loss and go away, lick my wounds. But I haven't put on a trade like that in a while, because as you see, it just hasn't been working since February, at least the stocks I was trading. So I will, when it starts to go back up, once we start to get some kind of movement to the upside, I think we'll be okay. Now, volatility, it's super high. This is the time to sell those deep out of money puts. But I always said in my videos, when the volatility is like that, I know it looks juicy out there and out there in 10% land. But it's juicy because the stock can reach there, right? They're worried about it reaching there, so they raise that premium. And that's why I don't think it's a hand-me-down. I think it's more of a shot when volatility is high to reach at those way out of the money strikes than when volatility is low. When volatility is low, you're not getting that much, but there's like no chance it's going to reach those out of the money strikes. So that's why I can't trade in high volatility. I say that all the time. I think when volatilities go high, sell call spreads. Because generally, but that wasn't working either, because when it was going up, remember, stocks was going up, and I was saying that's so weird. So I don't know. I'm hit or miss. It's like my strategy, but for the most part, when volatility is high, I suck at it. When it's down 13, 12, 11, I can do those all day, and I'm making good money. So that's my strategy. Where are we? Because I'm looking over here, and it's still going down. Dow down 2,300. It's only 230. Yeah, down 10.8%. So 11, 12, 13. So 2.1% circuit breakers. Anyway, had a big earthquake today in Utah. Really? I didn't even hear about it. $10 wide spreads on 30 Delta puts. They are so far in the money. You was kind of close with the 30s. Yeah. So, yeah, you was kind of close. I thought you was kind of out there in the 15 land. I think I would have probably let those go at 50 and just been done with it. See, like when I'm selling those 10 and 15s and it gets up to 30, 35, I'm like, well, I'm still 35. I still got 15. It's not in the money yet. I'm good as long as the stock turn around. That's what gets me in trouble. But I don't think I would be in as much trouble selling a 30, because the 30 will quickly become a 50, and I'll just be like, you know what, I'm out. I get scared. If it goes into money, I just went out. I just call it a day and lick my wounds, We had a big okay. So Tristan S&P, that's exactly what the bond. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all guys go. I appreciate everybody coming in, especially the late comers. Um, I hope you guys is trading well. The trade of the year is puts. And I wish I had some. I had some early, but when it was down 10%, you think yeah, and man, it was just beginning. All I had to do was hold on to them. But, I did the right thing, took my profits, got out, wait for a bounce, no bounce. I don't know. All right, man. I'll let you guys go. All right, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys do good. It's a crazy day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. It's definitely a trending down day. Look, right? It's been trending down, so it's going to trend down all day. Here's the minute, right? There's no reason that's going to bounce. That's why I said we're going to basically break the low. I mean, who's going to get bullish now? I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in. Unless you want to play the bounce tomorrow. But that hasn't even been working. Because, generally you down 10%. It's almost a guarantee you're up big tomorrow. And you can collect those profits. But we could easily be down this 10% and wake up tomorrow. And the futures are limit down again. And you're like, so I don't think that trade works anymore. All right. So, yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate it, everyone. Hit the bell, subscribe. You know the deal. I'm out of here. And man, I just hope I hope it gets better out there because there's a lot of gloom, doom and gloom, but I can't even see a bright side. I can't see the light in the end of the tunnel, Even though I know he was talking about the 2-3 months, I don't see it. I don't believe it. I don't see it to believe it. I need, I don't know when. It seems like the light at the end of the tunnel is when everybody's sick, or they stop shutting things down. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.